Simon, what if the subgroup is for Y rather than X? So let's say that there is only a single base and there are two products. So for that turnaround time 1 and turnaround time 2. So can we use this there as well?
So please repeat what combinations are you saying? What is your Y?
So
What is
the
your
Y
Y?
should be turnaround time only, but here the X will be a single base and there will be two processes and two turnaround times there.
Okay. Then then you will do a test called correlation
Okay.
because your X is also continuous. So you can do Y continuous, X continuous with one combination, and then you will do Y continuous, X continuous with second variation.
Okay, got it.
Got it?
Uh,
Got it?
Simar, just a question. We will say for an example of I stat. I will do a normality test on TAT. If that data is normal,
Hmm.
which means that there is no extreme values. That's the reason we are considering that a mean while we do the two sample T. It's a
Absolutely.
mean is considered, and because there
Yes.
are abnormalities in the data in Man Whitney, we go
Yeah.
with the median. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Great. But I'm not sure whether everybody else has understood this concept or not. I can see a lot of people on mute, so I'm not sure whether they've understood or not. So I'm giving
Just
you.
repeat.
I want people to ask me a specific sort of a question that where is the doubt. I can repeat it multiple times, but I just want to know what sort of a doubt that we have, because then only you'll be able to understand it better. Where is the
No,
doubt?
yes, the gentleman was repeating. No, I didn't understand that. What he,
What about others? Bhanu, Kishore, Piyush, Rahul, Ratna, Remy.
Simar, I have understood that first we have to do the normality test to understand whether the data is normal or not. If it is normal, then our approach would be to use the two subgroup, right? This approach.
Yes,
If not, then we'll go with the man Whitney, right? If it is
absolutely,
not normal,
absolutely.
right?
Great, great. So I will.
Right.
and
Yes,
one more thing, Simar, I just want to change this correlation and regression and the chi-square. Can I think in that way that correlation regression mostly it's like a variable type of data and chi-square will be the attribute type of data?
yeah, absolutely. You bang on. That's what the prerequisite is. Correlation and regression is to be done when my y is continuous and x is continuous, and chi-square is to be done when my y is discrete and x is discrete. Yeah. And now we are getting into a categorical sort of a data. Okay, so what I said is, and all of you have summarized it really well. I'm very glad. Uh, if I have my y continuous, and continuous is something which I know very well now, I'm very confident. Continuous is the data which can be measured infinitely into different units by kind of handling time, hold time, cycle time, salary, etc. etc. And my x is discrete, but that discrete has two subgroups. Can be pass fail, can be trainer 1 versus trainer 2, can be morning shift, night shift, but two variables. Okay, but I need to decide whether I do a two sample T or man with T. How do I decide? First of all, I have to do the normality of this data. Okay, if it comes to normal, then in that particular scenario which I just quoted example for, I will do a two sample. If it is not normal, I will consider man Whitney. But the thing which I was trying to explain is, which a couple of people have noticed, in two sample t tests. So for example, if I am comparing TAT versus two variables, which is base 1 versus base 2, maybe site 1 versus site 2, I'm comparing the mean of base 1 versus base 2. I will show it in Minitab in a minute's time. Okay. In case of Man Whitney, I'm not comparing the mean, I'm comparing the, please speak it loudly,
Median,
Median.
median,
median.
median.
Yes.
Right.
Here I'm checking whether both the variables have significant difference in their median. Then I'll make a call. Okay, so let's do that test. Let's go ahead and do this test. So I am in the mini tab. So this data that I have. Okay. So first of all, I will do a normality test. Okay. And normality is to be done in case of discrete or continuous data. When my y is continuous, absolutely.
Continuous data.
Okay. So now I'm taking example of hold because we have already checked that this is sort of a not normal. So I will take an example of hold. So how do I check the normality? Can someone help me, please? Though we have covered today, but anybody remembers?
Graph.
Graphical summary.
Second last
Uh,
normality test.
Graph.
Basic.
Two options. Stats, basic stat, graphical summary, or
Normality test.
either one of them. But this gives you a lot more information. So सबसे पहले I'm checking the normality, stats, basic stats, and graphical summary. In the variables, I want to check it for hold, which is a continuous data. Let's say if I'm doing a project on reducing the hold time, okay, forget about the HT for a while. I click on OK. Now please talk about whether this data is normally distributed or not normally distributed.
This is
It's not normally distributed.
It is not normally
Not.
distributed. So what is the average hold I would consider here?
Median.
median.
13.
Median.
13. Very good.
13.
Very good. I would not say my average hold is 12.53. I would say my average hold is
13.
13. 13. So now I want to do. Can I do two sample t test here? Or one way
No,
Nova?
no. It's
It's
two
man,
sample will not work.
So
Which test?
Man Whitney.
So I can either do Man Whitney or I can do Morse median also, no? Because if I have more than two samples, two subgroups, I can do either one of them. Okay. So let's do a Man Whitney first. Okay. Sorry, let's do a Man Whitney first because this is what the data says. But I will also help you doing the two sample t test also on the same thing. Okay. So to do the Man Whitney, we have to go to stats, non-parametric. All the not normal tests, whether it's a one sample sign test, whether it's a Morse median, whether it's whether it's Man Whitney, all these are non-parametric tests because these are not normal. Okay, so just remember that these are non-parametric. So stats, non-parametric, and I will do a moods. I will do a Man Whitney. Okay.
One more doubt here.
Sorry, what doubt do you have?
See, whenever we choose either which test we have to do, either Man Whitney or something, we will be comparing the median and the mean, right? Wherever the mean is more, then we have to stick to that. That what we have taken the preference is right, or how is it?
The mini tab will automatically show the median only in this case. It will not show the mean. You don't have to choose.
The previous you are told, right? Previous we have seen the median is more than the mean. That resembles.
Yeah.
This is not the right check, right?
Yes. So if the p-value would have been greater than 0.05 here, okay, we would have done the either two sample t or one way Nova, and would have taken the average as 12.5. I would call it as my average hold time is 12.5. But here, since my data is not normal, which means I have some special causes in the data, and therefore I have taken median into consideration so that I can conclude that that is my average.
And it
Is
is
the
not the mean and median, it is only the p-value, where the p-value shows greater than our data for this is right?
P-value is a deciding factor, which tells me whether
that will
that will decide whether I have to consider mean or whether I have to consider median into consideration. Is the basic clear to all of you?
Yeah, that is what I'm
Yes.
getting confused into this.
So what I have understood is that we have, first of all, we have to do the normality test to understand whether a data is normal or not normal, right? And that can be determined only through the p-value, right? And once we are able to determine that, that's when we can decide if we have to pick up median or mean, right? What would be my average? And if we go for in this example wherein we have the p-value which is less than 0.005, right? That means it is
Yes.
not normal, right? And we'll be picking up median as the average. And then we can go for the not normal test that we have, correct?
Yeah, and we can choose Man Whitney and the other one for the.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Is there any confusion now? Are we all clear?
Yeah.
I think the more you refer this, the more you do these tests, the more you. That's why I said it in the beginning that half an hour daily is very much required to remember all these concepts. So, but I think if you start doing it, then it will definitely help you. So let's do. So now we want to do the man Whitney or moods median. So let's do the moods median wherein we have more than two subgroups in the data that we have. So I will go to stats. I will go to non-parametric and I will go for moods median. Moods median needs to be done when we have more than two subgroups. Okay. Response. Always remember response is my Y. So here in case HT is my Y. And did you notice the moment I click on factor, I can see all the attributes data. But when I was at response, I was not able to see any sort of a discrete data. So it means Minitab also is very user friendly or smart enough that it will not let me make any sort of an error. Factor. So can someone help me which factor that I can take here? Let's take marital status is always 2, gender is always 2. I think tenure has multiple. Remember, I think tenure also has 2, I guess.
Right.
I think
Right.
shift.
1 to 2
I think tenure has multiple.
Tenure has 3 values.
Tenure has 3, right? So tenure we can take. Okay. I click on OK. P value is 0.766. What does it say?
It is a null.
Null.
It is a null hypothesis.
It
We
is
can't.
A normal.
It is
No,
a
we
null.
can't.
It is a null hypothesis.
Yeah.
What does it conclude? I
This
just
is a
want
normal
to hear it from
variation.
you guys.
So data is normally distributed.
No.
No.
It means
That's
that there is no significant correlation between these two.
significant correlation or
correlation,
significant.
But
It doesn't affect the.
yeah,
This
X
is
does
not
not.
directly affecting this in a significant manner.
X is not a function of Y. I mean, X is not affecting Y.
Absolutely. So let's do step by step. Always remember that. Always remember that whenever you complete any hypothesis test, let's start from the very basic. Let's not get into the variables. What I was trying to conclude. What was my objective? Can someone tell me what was my objective? What I was trying to test?
We were comparing medians.
Medians and
Medians of what versus what?
The tenure versus the whole time.
Okay, so I have two variables. I am doing I'm doing an improvement project on improving the whole time. Okay. During the brainstorming, we concluded and we did the prioritization also. I'm just making you help with the help of a project that we do. Okay. So you're doing a project on reducing the whole time. During the prioritization exercise, we concluded that tenure might have a significant impact. Okay. But we don't want to jump the gun. So therefore, we thought let's do a hypothesis test and conclude whether the tenure of the employees has any significant impact on the whole time or not. Means whether is it because of tenure of the employee that they are taking more time, they're putting more time on hold, or is it something else? That's what the objective is. Clear?
Yeah.
Good so far? That was my objective. Okay.
Yeah.
The moment I completed the hypothesis test, first of all, I would look at the p-value. My p-value says it's a null hypothesis. Okay. Which means I don't have to work on the tenure. I don't need to make any sort of strategy regarding tenure. I would say no matter whatever the tenure is, there is no significant impact on the whole time. So I would not hold anybody accountable for any sort of a tenure that he has. I need to work on some other X. Correct?
Yeah.
Good so far?
Yeah.
Good so far? Okay. Now here, let's say if the p value would have been alternate, wherein p-value would have been 0.01, which is lesser than 0.05. Now, then in that case, what I have to look at that which of the tenure has a problem.
Yeah.
First, if I concluded that tenure has a significant impact, now I have to choose which tenure has a problem. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
We are doing data stratification, getting into which particular group has a problem. Yes
Yeah.
or no?
Yes.
Right. So now in this particular case, let's assume this. Let's forget it for a while. Let's say it's significant. Okay. I have the medians here for all these tenures. So 4 plus has a 12 median, 2 to 4 has 13, and 1 to 2 has 13 as median. Okay, did you notice? For this test, automatically it has come as median. यहाँ पर mean नहीं दिख रहा हमें, median दिख रहा है. Okay. Looking at these values, 4 plus years has 12 median, means median of whole time. 2-4 has 13. Looking at these three, which of do you think is not performing well?
The difference, sorry, it is 4 plus. It's 4 plus year.
4 plus is not doing well.
4 plus is doing well.
So
Yes.
median is 12, which means
The lesser the hold is, the better it is.
Yeah, 4 plus is doing well, so we need to focus on the other two.
Okay. So, but here in that case, my p-value is lesser than greater than 0.05. So I would accept as null hypothesis. I would not work on it. However, in case of an alternate, I would have taken either one of the shift as constant. So let's do another example and then we will understand. So non-parametric Moore's median test. Instead of tenure, let me take qualification.